You know, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think it'll take a few more books. This is the second book in the series, and I missed the first one, so I felt a little detached. But I'm thinking it's going to take a few books anyway. I mean, this is book 2, so there's still room for improvement. But anyways, welcome to the D. Louise book series. My name is Christina, K-R-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books, talk books. No special effects going on here. I have no theme music. I'm not extra special. I have low-tech computer, low-tech video, low-tech audio. What you see is what you get. Remember Roots Web? If you ever played with a Roots Web website, it was what you see is what you get. So anyway, I was taking a short break from, we're almost finished with Patterson, and we're working on the Victoria Thompson Gaslight series with Sarah Brandt and Frank Malloy, and we're doing a Murder on Mulberry Bend will be up soon, and that's like book 5 in the series, I believe. And so we're almost finished with Patterson. We're working on book 23, and we've got Star Trek Friday, and we've got Flashback Monday going on. So, anyways, I thought I would take a little break, and I spotted this book. Come here, come say hi. She hates being on television. Hates it. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. She's in charge of the house. She's the queen, the female cat's role. So, anyways, we are talking about Carol J. Perry, High Spirits. And I think in a couple of years down the road, if I do an if then, because I do the if then on Fridays afternoon, please check this out. I work really hard on those. Carol Haines, the Sarah Booth, Delaney, her and her pal there, and she has Pluto, and she has the ghost Giddy, who comes in every once in a while and says, this is very similar to that series, so if you like that series, you should probably like this one. Because it is a new series, because I didn't have a chance to get involved in the series, and I did start with book 2. This is book 2. I didn't. Oh, she's always got to go. I didn't feel for the characters. I didn't get emotionally involved in the story. And I like to, when I read the Sarah Booth ones, I actually care about the characters and what happens and scream and yell and stuff like that. And I always feel that if an author or a TV show makes you scream and yell and gets you enthusiastic, that means you care about it. That means they're good writing. If you watch a soap opera and the character's about to turn the corner and get shot and you're screaming at the TV, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. And then they do, or someone's pregnant and they never tell. They want to tell somebody, should they tell them, should they not tell them, should they tell them? And then they don't tell them, and you're sitting there screaming for 6 months or a year. Or it could be 20 years before the person actually finds out. Because soap operas like to do that. So anyways, it's a young lady who has inherited a hotel out of the nowhere with a restaurant in it. And she's trying to make do of it, and she's going through the former owner's materials. Apparently, the former owner was a pack rat and kept everything. And there are also ghosts that haunt this hotel, which is like the Sarah Booth, Carol Haines. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Carol Haines books. However, my pet peeves were getting in the way, my serious pet peeves, and they were only my pet peeves. It was just in my little old head, but it was driving me crazy. The ghost kept asking to borrow clothes. Why? Come here. Why was the ghost asking to borrow clothes? Can't she manifest her own clothes? The Allison Brooke series, the Kerry Singleton, there's a ghost that comes and deals with her all the time. And she's always changing clothes. Or Sarah Booth, ghost is always changing characters. She's coming in disguised as all these different characters. So I don't understand why this ghost has to borrow Maureen's clothes. I just don't know. Maureen is our heroine or hotel owner or restaurant owner. And if a ghost puts on the clothes Are you going to see clothes walking? Are you going to see a mink coat walking down the street with nobody in it? Does the coat become invisible when the ghost put it on? And then later on, some hotel guests complain of cigar smoke. So the ghost was smoking cigars. I just, those were my pet peeves, and I was all over it the whole book, and it just drove me crazy. Why is the ghost gonna see? If people gonna see the clothes walking down the hallway, or and how does the dog see the ghost too? And those are my two biggest pet peeves, and it was driving me crazy the whole book. So we have Maureen is our main character, and Lorna Dubois is our movie star deceased ghost that hangs out with her. Finn is her dog, and Bogey and Bacall are her cats. Leo is a bartender. Ted is a cook, um, and he's a confidant. And maybe the relationships are not explained, so I do not know. Their titles are given, but the relationship and how they came to the hotel and all that stuff, I do not know. And I think that's another thing that kept me detached from the story, was that I just didn't know how these people were related and why she was confiding in this guy all the time. And yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you? If you know me, and I want you finish the sentence. It was just great. It was just awful. It was just horrible. It was just, I just don't know what to say. Then she has Molly and Gert and George and Sam or other people in the hotel. And then she's talking about Petals and Kettles, a new tea shop that does flowers. And then this movie theater is opening up in town, and there's a new project. They're showing old movies from the 50s and 60s and 70s. Not everything's computerized, but these are movies that have not been computerized as of yet, although I totally, absolutely, 100% believe they've been computerized by now. But for the book purposes, they haven't been computerized, because I'm pretty sure most of these are available online. But anyways, they needed a person who knew how to run the projection. So they get this guy to come in. His name is Declan Moore. And apparently he used to live in the town about 40 plus years ago. And he has a history with the town. Maureen spends the first chapter going through Christmas ornaments and talking to the Lorna Dubrow. And Lorna is asking to borrow clothes, and I'm having a shit fit going, why does the ghost need to borrow clothes? And if she borrows the clothes, are the clothes going to be walking down the street with nobody in them? Or the clothes going to disappear, dematerialize? And what happens when she gives them back to Maureen? Will they be real clothes again? And I just lost it. And then she talks to Ted later about the clothes. Then she goes to Petals and Kettles because she wants to get decorations. She's going to do the 12 days of Christmas. And I just very detached. I didn't really feel emotionally involved, and it was driving me crazy. We were doing this slow walk, but we didn't even introduce the characters so that I would know who they are or what their relationship was. Because there are some books that do that slow walk. This book didn't do it. And if you're coming into a series that's been established and you're familiar with the characters, that's one thing. But I didn't know these people. This is only the second book. Hell, we're still in book 60 of J.D. Robbins. She's still forever mentioning that Mavis and Eve met when Mavis was on the grift. And I'm tired of it. 60 books, I'm over it. But it's a one-liner, or maybe it's a past reference or something like that. It's not a full story anymore. And we didn't get anything. I have no idea how these people are connected, how they came to the hotel, what the relationship was Maureen. Are they friends? Are they enemies? Are they associates? What's going on here? I just don't know. And it was driving me absolutely bonkers. So then Maureen goes to see Declan at the movie theater and talk to him. She wants to make a Christmas package, a dinner and a movie to get people to come to the hotel, then go to the movie, and it works out really well until Declan is shot through the head, single bullet, and Frank Hubbard follows her around town because before Declan is shot, he knows that she spent 1 hour and 7 minutes in Declan's presence. They were watching the Three Stooges movie, and Frank wants her to spy on Declan for him. He's trying to find out who killed another guy that was killed in the theater in the 50s, a very long time ago, and he's trying to solve the cold case, and he follows Maureen around. There's no relationship between the two of them that's been established that would tell they're friends or associates or anything like that. And it just literally drove me crazy, like he was stalking her. It was irritable. It was very negative. I didn't feel, usually when something like this happens, I want the cop and the girl to get together, establish a relationship, a rapport, something like that going on. I just didn't feel it in this book. I didn't feel it at all. It was just, and it just freaked me out. And then he gets shot. She goes to the bookstore. She visits a couple stores. So we do that little slow walk of meeting external characters that are involved in the thing. So then I'm still on this ghost thing. So he gets shot, and Hubbard wants her to help him investigate the murder because she's familiar with all these people. And it's not explained appropriately in these books, so maybe it's going to be a running thing in the books, but she gets these messages a few times in the book and they're not explained, and the character doesn't understand why she's getting them, and we the reader do not understand why she's getting them, and maybe they will in a future book. Maybe it's a running thing. It says, with a message from the dead on a journey you've led, now there's more for you to learn. Questions, rumors, deep concern, not your normal cup of tea. Be prepared for land and sea, a frightening, foreboding feeling. Darkness, silence, and images reeling. Strange and difficult indeed you may find, but the message that you need is behind it. Zoltar knows all. No idea who's giving the messages or why the messages are being left for her, or it may take books to explain it. It may be something the author just wants to leave out there. I don't know. So he has her help him investigate the murder, and he believes that Petals and Kettles, the parents show up, Catherine and Buddy, out of the blue, and Declan, of course, has been murdered out of the blue, and Hubbard is completely convinced that these people have something to do with the murder and have something to do with the cold case he's investigating. And they talk about improving the hotel and working on the bar and putting in a fish tank and putting up paintings and talking about a souvenir shop. And I can see that this is going to be a progressional series, and that'll work. But I just couldn't get into it. I do not know why. I don't know. I really got into the Carolyn Haines, Booth and Delaney series. I really ran with that, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm not sure. I mean, this is really, really similar to that, so it may work out. But the ghost thing, my stupid pet peeves were driving me crazy. And then all these picture things and the card things and the ornament things, and she works with Hubbard throughout the book to solve the mystery. She also gets information from Lorna about what was going on in the past. She also gets a grant from a supposedly a legit organization to help her fix the hotel. And Lorna says it was involved in money laundering back then. There's all these little stuff coming at you. I just didn't get it. I mean, and at the end, there's a little twisty-turny with the murdering situation. And Maureen has one of those light bulb moments. So if you like, I would definitely check this out for yourself and see how you feel about it. Maybe start with book one. Be My Ghost. Maybe it'll be better if you start with book one. But otherwise, check out Carolyn Haines's series. That's a Sarah Booth Delaney and her house in New Orleans or Mississippi. That's it, Mississippi. So please check it out, and please hit the like and subscribe. As of this recording, I have lost 10 subscribers. I haven't even hit 200 yet. Dreams of getting any higher are fading fast. So please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you.